Hello, my name is Lanchik, and today I'm going to be explaining you about tsunamis. I'm going to especially be explaining about the tsunami in the Indian Ocean. Here's a photo of a tsunami. This is a photo of what happens after a tsunami. All about the tsunami in the Indian Ocean. It happened 2004 in 12:58, 26th of December. In the west coast of Sumatra, Indonesia. It was not only a tsunami but also an earthquake. The tsunami had a moment magnitude of 9.1 to 9.3. The undersea earthquake was caused when the Indian plate was subducted by the Burma plate and triggered a series of devastating tsunamis along the coasts of the land masses bordering the Indian Ocean. This tsunami unfortunately killed 230,000 to 280,000 people in 14 countries. This tsunami had waves up to 30 meters, which is 100 feet high. The tsunami in the Indian Ocean was one of the deadliest natural disasters in whole history. The earthquake was the third largest earthquake ever recorded on a seismograph. A seismograph is a thing that scientists use to measure the characteristics of a tsunami or earthquake. Now I am going to show all of the countries that this tsunami has affected. The first country affected is India, and it killed about 16,000 people. The second country is Indonesia, and the tsunami killed about 165,000 people there. The third country is Maldives, and it killed about 100 people. Next goes Sri Lanka with about 35,000 people dead. Then goes Thailand with about 8,000 people dead. Then is Myanmar with about 80 people dead. Then is Somalia with about 300 people dead. Some other countries affected were Malaysia, Australia, and Bangladesh, and others. Now I am going to show a picture of where did the tsunami start. The tsunami started at the yellow and purple spot at the right of India. Now I am going to show pictures that were caught on camera before the tsunami. What to do if people predict that there's going to be a tsunami? If you're going to be facing natural disasters such as tsunamis, then panicking is not a good friend. If you panic, first of all, you distract your parents from working and thinking of how would you survive. Second of all, panicking is bad because you may end up killing yourself, for such as having a heart attack or something like that. If you don't panic, you can do some helpful stuff. For example, help your parents get the medicine and help you evacuate from your city. Being prepared is a very important thing when you face tsunamis or something like that, like natural disasters. If you're prepared, then you know what you are doing, such as listening to your parents. They know what they are doing for sure. Also, being prepared means having medicine, because if you have medicine, then if you get hurt, then you can heal yourself. Now I am going to explain what to do or how to survive when there is going to be a tsunami. So the first thing that you need to do is to take medicine, because when you will go out on your trip, then you will, for example, you can fall or something like that, and you'll need like a bandage to heal yourself up. The second thing is to evacuate as far as you can from the sea or the ocean, because if you are too close, then you can drown. The third thing is to go as high as possible, because if you are as high as possible, then the tsunami might not reach you. There are a lot of extreme situations in natural disasters, such as tsunami. So, now I'm going to explain how to survive in those extreme situations. The most common situation when there is a tsunami is that you, for example, climb on something high, but not that high, and you fall down, or the tsunami eventually reaches you. Then, when you are in the water, you need to give all of your forces to not drown. And to not drown, you need to hold on to something that's floating. Because if you're going to drown, then you are going to die. So the second extreme situation when there are tsunamis is so that if you are somewhere high but not that high, then you can, unfortunately, the tsunami can reach you. So if you're in places like, for example, New York, where there are no like mountains, then you need to climb up to any building that is not very high because it can fall down, but that is like 20 meters tall. Basically, you need to climb to any place that feels high and where you feel safe. It is actually very easy to survive a tsunami, but only if you are prepared. The ones that are not prepared are very likely to not survive it and die. So, if you are one of the lucky ones that were prepared and survived the tsunami, then you might think of what to do after it. So, now I'm going to explain what do you need to do after it. Of course, you can think by yourself, but I think this will help. So, the first thing is that you need to go to a place where there are a lot of people, and such as a hospital, or you also might need to take some surgery because you might get an infection or something like that. So the second thing that you might do if you face the tsunami is to go check your house. Go check if there is something left, or even if it's still good and the tsunami didn't destroy it. So the third thing is a very usual thing, that if you lost your parents or your family members, then you of course might need to go to search for them, and again they might be in the hospital. So now I'm going to put everything together. All of my teachings together are: first thing, no panic; second thing, be prepared; third thing, how to survive; fourth thing, extreme situations; and the last thing is after a tsunami. So try to memorize all of those. There are lots of movies about tsunamis. and now I'm going to share them with you. There are even some movies that are based on true stories. The first movie is The Impossible. This is a movie of a family. They go together on vacation on an island. Everything is good. They're swimming in pools and doing all of the kind of fun activities that could possibly be until a tsunami reaches them. They try their best to stay together, but they end up to be splitted. So the mother stays with the older kid, and the father stays with the two little kids. So after all of the adventures, they eventually find themselves, and it appears that they have all survived. This movie is based on a true story. This movie is very good. I suggest this movie to people who like adventures. I watched it and I really, really liked it. Now I'm going to show you some pictures of this movie. Here is a picture of their whole family. There are the two brothers, the mother, the father, and the older brother. This is a picture of the mother, the older brother, and a random kid that they saved because he didn't know where are his parents. So this is what might happen to you if you won't be prepared. This is a picture of the older brother and his mother. So as I said, to survive you need to float. This is a picture of the older brother and his mother. This is one of my favorite pictures. It is how they are swimming in the pool and then suddenly the tsunami starts. There's a bunch of movies about tsunamis. They are all good, but this was my favorite one. I really suggest you to watch them and search for them on the internet. Tsunamis don't happen oftenly, so of course you need to be prepared, but don't worry about it too much. It might not happen with you. Thank you for your attention and thank you for watching. I think that this video helped you learn what is a tsunami, and also I think that this helped you learn about the tsunami in the Indian Ocean.